I know there has been, a massive cultural shift and some political divide happening since 2016. That's almost a decade ago. But, right, I remember just the last year, if you wanted to, let's say racial slurs, if you actually dropped some stuff in a stream or live stream or something, you would be fearing for a suspension or something. And if you said it had to be either very obviously humorous, where even the clanker could figure out it was humorous, or in some historical documentary style educational video. But nowadays, right? Back then, it used to either blatant racism was just on 4chan, and if it wasn't on 4chan, it was only in the most linguistically obscured way possible ever. So only some in-group could understand anything, right? But what happened was the in-group, it flooded out, right? You have a group connected to the in-group, not connected to a broader group, connected to the whole group, right? The big populace. So over the decade, everything flooded out, right? It flooded out from the core into the minds of the common folk. Yeah. So now what I see, when last year a lot of politically new kind of off course, far rightist, right? A lot of shift to the right shit started popping up. Now when I go on YouTube, the whole fucking platform is flooded with these blatantly racist conspiracy theories. Well, not even conspiracy theories. Some of these things actually kind of make sense, right? Last year, these guys were always saying it's just pattern recognition. It's the 50%, like the joke stuff, right? The 50%, 13%, something, right? That stuff, usual suspects or something, or engineers, doctors, astronauts, right? They were always hiding it. Nowadays, they just say, no, I'm racist. I'm blatantly racist. Blatantly racist. And they're not even remotely trying to hide it, right? Like they used to. So this is new. It's new, right? It's not how it used to be. Like I said, it's a continuous flow that spreads out to the broader culture, right? So when normally you'd only find this at a specific place, then you would find it very hidden in the less specific places, and then you'd find it very hidden in the general social media. Nowadays you just find it blatantly everywhere, right? And it's kind of funny. Some of these guys also, or last year and the years before that, everyone that did this were either completely crazy or they were like some retard conspiracy theorists. Nowadays, a lot of these channels are more established channels that have been making content for years, that have themselves made a drastic shift, or just people that make more sense, people that are more well articulated, right? They're not fucking crazy, right? It's weird. It's weird to see the culture shift like this, right? Because on one hand, being so against it is very close-minded, so you want more of it. But a lot of this stuff is also just crazy, because the people that have been saying this for all these years were generally the crazy people, because only the crazy people would dare to say this shit. So a lot of the sourcing of this isn't the brightest, right? But it's more unique as well, right? It's like you always sacrifice innovation and creativity for stability, right? That's why any creative smart person, artists and people in the actual smart academics, not the normal academics that have a degree and claim they're smart when they actually just publish nothing ever, right? The real people that actually push academia, not the general experts and all that. The really creative and smart people, they're always crazy conspiracy theorists. All of them. They're all fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy. It's like you can't have one thing and the other. You just can't have everything. The only people that have everything are the people that go down in the history books. You know, if you don't, if you're not that exceptional, where you go down in the history books, but you're somewhat obscured, then you are crazy, right? You know, let me connect this. Yeah, what type of, like, how many people do you remember of the scientists, like with the scientific revolution? You remember maybe Newton, and yeah, you know Newton, right? But you know just Newton. You don't know the other guys, because the other guys were fucking crazy. They did a lot of cool shit, but they were also fucking crazy. You know, if you know Leibniz, for example, you only know him from calculus. You don't know from this other shit. If you know, you know Socrates and you know Plato, maybe, and you know maybe Aristotle, right? Those are the guys you know, and then you know Diogenes. You've heard of the guy, but you don't know really what he said, right? Because the guy was fucking crazy, right? It's like you have very exceptional people that are all the way at the top, and then one step down, you have the people that are just as talented, but are fucking crazy. And I don't know what causes this. These people are just fucking crazy, right? But they are just far bigger in number, right? You want these guys to control everything, but they can't, because these guys under them have triple if they combine, right? But they won't combine, right? But they have 1,000 times the talent, because they're bigger in number and have the same individual talent, and they're uncontrollable, and so they have the biggest cultural output. But you don't hear about these people because they never control the masses, right? They never control the masses. They just send shit down, flying like it's raining asteroids, right? It's kind of funny how the world works. And also, commoners, normal people, they do nothing. They always overestimate how much they actually do. In reality, everything, the culture is always driven by the people that drive the culture most. The people that drive the culture are a select few people that do a lot. They do everything. Where are you from? I don't know, right? It doesn't really matter, because wherever you're from, you do not have any impact on the culture you are from at all. Let's say you're from, I don't know, Finland. If you're Finnish, who do you know from Finland? I only know the guy who made Linux. And what does he have of influence on Finnish culture? I don't know. I don't know anything about Finland. I know for a fact, if you are Finnish, you do not have any influence on the culture whatsoever. It's just a few guys, like the people that are in the metal bands. They influence the culture. You do not. You do not at all. You don't influence the culture at all. The only thing you do is you spread the culture that they make. Right, that's why XQC is the GOAT. I was going to watch XQC today, but I just couldn't find a good video to watch, so I'm just going to talk a bit. That's why XQC is the GOAT, because the GOAT makes the good culture. He's always right. And the stakes are just to die for, and you spread it like a good juicer. You spread the truth. Right, we have to glaze the GOAT. XQC, he's the GOAT. You know?